Welcome to the Epic Success Podcast. I am your host, Dr. Shannon Urban. We are going to be doing a series, 4 weeks of how to build your coaching business. Is the coaching industry right for you? What do I sell and how do I sell it? How do I reach those amazing, perfect clients that I get to help serve, support, and help them transform their lives, their businesses, their health? And how do I take what I've gone through, the experience that I've gone through, and become a sought after coach in the industry? So that's what we're going to be talking about this week on the Epic Success Podcast. And then the following weeks, I'm going to interview some of the industry's top coaches that started just like you, started a little bit confused, a little bit scared, a little bit, should I do this? Is this right for me? Is this the right career for me? Am I going to be able to make income? Can I leave my 9 to 5? This series, I think, is going to be a deep act of service right now, where a lot of people are starting to think for the first time, maybe it's time for me to make impact. Maybe my life needs to be about serving other people. And maybe, just maybe, what I went through is meant to help others. And maybe, just maybe, I could create a life of freedom and impact that lights me up. So if that's you and you're like either just getting started in the coaching industry or been at it for a while and feel like you've bounced from tactic to tactic, strategy to strategy, but you haven't created traction, or you're just thinking about, should I become a coach? Is this the industry for me? Then this series is all for you. So let's go. I want to talk to you about when you're making the decision to become a coach or to go all in as a coach. What is it that you're selling, and how do you sell that thing which draws forward your most perfect client, then ultimately becomes your raving fan? Now, the first piece of the puzzle is, what do I sell? And I've got the best news for you, 100%. You're thinking about it in a marketing sense, and marketing funnels and all of those things. They teach you to, determine your niche and determine what you're going to sell and get a sales page together and create a funnel and do all those things. When you're coaching, it's more about who are you helping and why. It starts with vision first. Are you coaching because you've gone through something and you want to help shortcut other people's time in that industry? Have you created something that got you to a result faster and you want to give that to other people? Who do you want to serve and why? One of the exercises I take my neuro coaches through that is really powerful, and it eliminates that desire to want to help everyone, right? Because we love people and we want to serve people and you don't want to leave anybody behind. And I totally get that. However, your people, the people that honestly are called to work with you, the people that you went through what you went through in order to help, they are a specific person. And it's not to say that other people that aren't just like them won't come into your coaching business. It's just you need to speak to that client. So here's the exercise that I take my neuro coaches through. Imagine you're walking down a hallway in a hotel and you're going to an event, and there's a room on the right and a room on the left, and it's packed in both rooms. Both rooms are packed out. One room has everyone, every gender possibility, every business, everybody, like they're all in there. It's a big mix. And then over on the right are your, the client that if you could take that client who's basically you 1.0, right? You're you 2.0, it's kind of you 1.0, right? That perfect client, the way they think, the way they show up, the way they go all in, all those things. And yes, we need to go through the work of defining it. And we do that in the neurocoaching business training section of the neurocoaching certification. But imagine walking into that room on the right where it's your perfect client. Maybe you've had that perfect client or can imagine who that would be, that would light you up to get out of bed every single morning and you can't wait to coach them. Honestly, you'd coach for free, but I don't want you doing that. Okay. So which room are you going to walk into? Are you going to walk into the room with everybody that you might be able to help some, probably not others, probably some that are going to be annoyed by you, some that may like you a little, some that are become your clients? Or do you want to walk into the room that has just that client that you know that if they follow the process and they get the coaching, you're going to get them to the finish line, right? And I hope you said the room on the right. So now the activity becomes who's in the room on the right. You see, I haven't talked about what you're selling, because what you're selling is the idea of coaching is you're having somebody say they need some support to get to the finish line, or you're having somebody say they need some support to remove something that's holding them back. Both of those are very vulnerable things. It's very different than a funnel for marketing, right? The product we bring forward is the solution to what they're struggling with. It's getting them to the finish line faster and easier. And the product is your coaching. So it's not a product. What do I sell? Do I sell one-on-one? Do I sell group? We go through that in the neurocoaching certification. What's best for you? The truth is, it doesn't matter. I always encourage everybody to start out with one-on-one so that you really understand that person, right? But then if you're the kind of person that wants to stay intimate and one-on-one for the rest of your career, I've built a 7-figure career doing nothing but one-to-one work. And then you might want to go from one-to-one to one-to-many, and then potentially on to bigger groups or masterminds or all of that. The great news is what to sell is the solution to their problems. It's not your coaching. That's where most coaches get it wrong. They're selling their packages, they're selling their features and their benefits. You get 20 calls, you get hour-long whatever. Nobody puts their head on their pillow at night and says, I can't wait to have 20 coaching calls. What they put their head on the pillow at night and say is, oh, if I could just remove this issue, I know I could get where I need to be. Or if I could just get to the finish line, I know it would work. And they need a coach to get them there. So what you're selling isn't features and benefits and one-on-one and group. No, what you're selling is a solution. What you're selling is a solution. Now, how to talk about that solution, how to show yourself in the marketplace, we go deep in the neurocoaching certification in that particularly. But if you're just getting started, I hope that just breathes a breath of fresh air into your soul. Like, I don't have to have this perfect, say the perfect words, do the perfect thing funnel to find my perfect client. What I need to do is know my perfect client and talk about solving his problem and getting him to where he wants to go faster and easier, where she wants to be quicker without all the struggle, right? And once you speak to the solution, the conversions, the enrollment is just a matter of time. And we'll go deeper into that when I'm interviewing Liz and Sarah and Chantal, and then Angela and Gina, our master neurocoaches, are going to come on together at the last end of the series. I hope that's exciting to you. Like, it's not about the perfect strategies or the tactics or getting all the funnels right. It's about deeply knowing who you want to serve and why you want to serve them, what their challenges, what their desires are, and then getting to the activity of being in the market and sharing the solution. When we're talking about coaching and what creates a perfect career, nothing is better than being a partner, walking alongside someone as they get to their biggest dream and remove their biggest obstacle. It's transformative work, right? First, it's you transform people. But then it's getting into the groove with them, helping them see their blind spots, not enrolling in their broken stories, but helping them enroll in their vision. And in the neurocoaching certification, we walk you through these specific brain-based tools of transformations to get the transformation each and every time. But imagine the feeling to know the impact that you're making in people's lives, that things that wouldn't have been created, dreams that would have died, desires that wouldn't have been created unless you stepped up and said, you know what, I am going to be that coach that helps people get to the finish line. It's exciting. The career is not like none other. The industry itself is exploding. In the next 4 years, it's predicted that over $14 billion will be spent on coaching alone. People are starting to wake up to the fast track that coaching provides. And I want you to get a piece of that business. I want you to fulfill that life's mission to help other people, to help people transform. And there's a difficult way to do it by following all the marketing tactics and strategies. And there's a simple and easy roadmap to follow to build the perfect coaching business, know how to sell it out, and know the exact right tools and methods. And that's why we have the neurocoaching certification. Details are down below. But today's episode is about choosing the room on the right, determining who's in that room, and determining what solutions you can help them with and what pain you can help them remove quicker than if they did it on their own. What blind spots are you going to help them remove? And then as you're thinking of that's what to sell, then it's how do I sell it? We're going to dive into that over the next 4 weeks with interviews with coaches who started out with 9-to-5s as nurses and dove deep into the neurocoaching model and the certification, and they have crushed it, and they have businesses that are blowing their minds. So I hope this is helpful. Now you know what to sell. We'll dive into how to sell it and how to create those raving fans over the next few weeks. Until then, I cannot wait to help you choose a career that's going to create massive impact and freedom for your clients and massive impact and freedom for you in your life. All right, that's what I have this week for the Epic Success Podcast. Until next time, we will see you on the other side. Bye for now.